after the ChatGPT was launched in 2022, there's been an increase of 1,250% of phishing-related attacks through email and so on. So it's creating a lot of problems. If you are in the remote identity proofing business space, right? You're trying to prove the individual who they say they are over the internet, then this is a huge problem.
All right, welcome back inside our proactive newsroom. And joining me now is Dr. Norman Poe. He is the Chief Science Officer for TrustStamp. And Norman, good to see you again. How are you?
Thank you, Steve. I'm well. How about you?
I'm doing very well. Thank you very much. And excited to talk to you today because the company's been secured a patents for an AI-driven multi-factor authentication to combat fraud is basically what it's called. But in essence, it's at the heart of what the company does. So maybe talk to us a bit about the importance of securing this type of technology.
Yeah, so according to Javelin Strategy and Research in 2024, identity fraud in the US, it's becoming a big ticket cost item. It actually cost about 15,000 billion dollar for account takeover fraud and about $6.2 billion on new account fraud. So it's pretty huge amount. And one of the driving factors, if you like, is the use of generative AI like ChatGPT. In fact, after the ChatGPT was launched in 2022, there's been an increase of 1,250% of phishing-related attacks through email and so on. So it's creating a lot of problems. If you are in the remote identity proofing business space, right? You're trying to prove the individual who they say they are over the internet, then this is a huge problem. There's been significant increase in that, and you can see that the impact today. So as much as I love the technology, we'd have to guard against those kind of attacks.
Yeah, so just I want to reiterate that point because you made a really good one. 15.6 billion from account takeover fraud and 6.2 billion from new account fraud. So the technology that has been developed by TrustStamp, how does that help to prevent that kind of stuff? Can you talk us through sort of the keys, and that's what this patent covers as well, is sort of the keys to the technology to protect people?
Right, in simple terms, is to check the liveness and to prevent against replay and injection attacks. So these are like, techie terms, but what really it means is people would try to introduce displayed videos and then show it to the computer. So we call this presentation attacks. Or they will actually hijack the camera, play this video through behind the camera stream, right? Then inject it directly into the video stream. So that's called an injection attack. So we try to tackle those problems by doing real-time active detection and also using a multi-layer approach to verify that that's a real person behind the phone, not displayed pictures of a person or an animated avatar from generative AI software.
Yeah, that's the other key part of this is I don't know if you've seen the internet lately, but it's full of all these things that are being generated by AI. There's big talk about it in Hollywood and actresses and things like that. So it's a real challenge. So how do you as a security company try to continue you have to keep developing, keep updating as you go, I would imagine, in order to solve some of these problems that you're seeing, as you mentioned, in real time sometimes.
Yeah, it's a cat and mouse race. When we come with something new, the adversaries, they will come with something else, right? So right now we introduce behavior patterns and, looking the way you hold your phones and things of that nature to make sure that, there's a real person holding a real phone behind the camera.
Yeah.
So these are some of the things we do, and we put in a lot of, we call it multi-layer approach because there's no one solution, and we employ a number of solutions looking at face swaps, looking at any telltale signs of generated images from environmental cues, typically using deep neural network to detect those. So we are using AI to fight against AI.
Yeah. And lastly, I mentioned you secured a patent. So how important is it to protect the intellectual property that you already have and may develop in the future? I imagine that's very key to the company's success in future.
Yeah, it's sort of built, if you like, from the R&D perspective, there will be another arsenal of tools, right? We build our assets to make sure that to keep our clients safe. So it's very important.
Absolutely. Dr. Poe, thank you so much. Great to see you again. Congratulations on securing this patent. And I know the work is continuing and it's never done, it seems. And really appreciate your time.
Thank you, Steve.
All right, Dr. Norman Poe, he's the Chief Science Officer for TrustStamp.